I thank you for giving me this opportunity to present my work today here. I'm also grateful to those incredible people who have let me take their photos and stories for the last 20 years. Because of their stories and photos, I'm here today. For the last 20 years, I have been always interested in the people who are living on the edge of the society. I have been criticized for my work almost every day. People question my morals when I take pictures of gay community, sex workers, and poor. They say I'm selling poverty. But that was not my intention. I wanted to show the things that need to be changed positively. I wanted to be a voice for those who have no voice. And last 20 years, I have been working on the issue that was really undiscovered when I was working. People did not know about them. I did a lot of work about sex workers. In Bangladesh, there were a lot of young sex workers who were working in different brothels in Bangladesh. And they have been given protection by their madams. A lot of these girls, they were sold by the stepfather or stepmother, or sold by her husband or boyfriend, or somebody told them that, come with me, I'll give you a job in a textile factory in Dhaka. And they bring them these girls and sold them inside the brothel. And these brothel people, they give them Oradexen, which is cow fattening tablet, which is a very dangerous medicine, which to look them older and fat. And sometimes these girls get really depressed, and they want to hurt them. She was cutting her hand. And I was there for months after months. I choose one topics, and I work for a long time. I just don't go there and take photos. I go there without my camera. I talk to them. I explain why I'm there, what I'm doing. When they start trusting me, then I start taking photos. So it takes long times, and I become one of them. When I was working with sex worker, people was laughing at me. They say that I have problem with my characters. When I was working with gay community, they think I'm a gay. And when I was working with poor people, they say that I'm selling poverty. And that was always something like that. Lisa, she has been sold in this brothel when she was very young age. Now she become older, and suddenly she become emotional that she has nobody take care of her. She was crying. And the situation is really bad there. Rana Plaza, the biggest textile factory, collapsed a few years back in Bangladesh, and a lot of workers died. More than thousands of workers died there. A lot of people, they even did not get a dead body. This was one of the biggest disasters in Bangladesh garments industry. And families still go there. They cry for the family members. Lot of workers, they lost their hands and legs. There are a lot of stories that was untold. And I really wanted to bring these stories in front of people. I wanted to bring more light on these issues. The petrol bomb attacks on public transportation took hundreds of people's lives in Bangladesh, including children. The situation was really worse. And as a photographer, when you are going there, you are taking all these stories, and you have to carry all these stories with you whole life. Sometimes these stories make you really upset and sad, make you really depressed. You cannot forget. I still remember their voyages. I remember their stories. I have a Facebook page where I have more than 500,000 people followers there. And I try to post every day one story with one image. They're incredible stories, heartbreaking stories, inspiring stories. And I receive almost hundreds of mails every day from all around the world that how these stories change their life, how these stories and photos influencing them to change their perspective, to think how fortunate they are. And they start doing so many things that they never did before. Even they start giving thanks to Riksha Put before they never did it. So it's, in a way, the stories of these people, they're inspiring to make people better. And I was in Pakistan, and I was taking picture of shipbreaking yard. The people from Peshawar, they're working really hard. They do everything here with hand. They don't use any machine. And they get really very low paid. In Bangladesh, a lot of people, they ride on the train roof, because they don't need to pay. They cannot afford to go inside the train. Even it's very little money, but they cannot able to pay. So they risk their life, and they go on the train roof, and sometimes they take the ride on the middle of the two compartment. And I was there with her in the same position. I was just her opposite. And it was very, very difficult. And it was really dangerous. It was really dangerous. I was top of the train several times. They do it every day. They know that when the tree is coming, but I did not know in the beginning. I was taking photos. I was standing and taking photos, and train was going back. And I got hit by the tree several times. It was not easy. But I never control myself. Every time I promised that I'll never go up again, but next day I went there again. It's very difficult to control. I did a lot of work on Dalit community in Bangladesh. The Dalit has a very different situation in Bangladesh. Nobody even know that Bangladesh has Dalit. Still, I took a lot of images just few months back. And in some places, people even don't touch them. They don't let them go inside the shop. They don't talk to them. If they go for fish, they cannot sell this fish to the market because they are Dalit. I was always interested about the people who have no voice. You know, when we are angry, we are depressed, we are sad, we can tweet, we can give a status on our Facebook. But these people have no voice. These people are living just beside us. They're here and there. We even never notice them. And that's why I always wanted to bring their stories and images in front of us. So I was in Nepal. This is an old home for Nepal. And this home is very difficult for them even provide food for twice a time to these people. The situation was really bad. I was in Indonesia, and this is a mental hospital. There are a lot of mental patients in Indonesia, and they don't have sufficient doctors, and there are a lot of private mental hospital there. And most of the time they change their patient. They think this is the best way to make these mental people calm down, and they don't hurt themselves. I still remember, you know, when I was there, they were inside a cage, and they was all chained. And I was inside there, and they were all the time, they were praying, they're calling my name, they were shouting, they were singing. Still, after several years, I still remember, sometimes I hear these voices. It's very difficult. As a photojournalist, you have to always carry these stories with you. I was in Greece to cover the refugee situation just 2 or 3 years back. This family, father and son, they just crossed the sea with a rubber boat, and their boat was about to sink. I was always working with these people. And these people, they have very hard life. They're always struggling to survive. They have nothing, but they never give up. They were always smiling. I don't know what makes them smile. They never complain. And I was really fortunate to meet all these people. They teach me how beautiful life is. Even we are here today, we think we should thanks to God because we made it. There are hundreds of people who are not here, you know, who did not make it to this morning. So we have to be always grateful. We have to be we have to be positive about life. And if you think positive things will come to you. I'll show images and see how lucky you are. I have been working on child labor situation for last 15 years. And this boy was beaten by his owner because he was sewing a t-shirt and he was slow. And I took this photo, and I won World Press Photo Award in 2006, and that bring a lot of international attention on this issue. And I was visiting more factories. These children have to work under very heat and a lot of noises. It's very difficult to work, but their parents cannot afford to send them to school. They're also poor, they cannot earn more money, so they send their children to work. And they have to work in a very difficult condition. It took 3 months for me to get inside this factory. I talked to the owner, and I make him understand. I make friendship with him. Then he really understands that I don't want to stop child labor, but I want to improve the situation. And he let me inside the factory. Child labor is banned since 1992, so it was not easy to go inside these factories. Sometimes I just jump into the wall and took the photos and come back. I even could not take their name. It was not easy all the time. But you will see children are working almost everywhere. This small boy makes balloons, and he told me every day when he go to home, he brings some balloons for his sister, because he cannot play, he cannot give time to her, so he brings every day a balloon for her sister. There are a lot of interesting and inspiring stories, and children were everywhere, and they look different, they look older. This young boy lost his hand while he was working in this factory, and when he recovered, he get better, he came back to the same factory because they have nowhere to go, and he did not get any compensation from this factory. The owner of the factory, they like to keep children because children cannot complain, the children cannot organize labor union, and you can pay less. But it's very difficult, the situation is very difficult. This boy was chained by his father because he was mingling with bad boys and he started taking drugs. So his father bring him in the factory, he lock him in the morning, and in the afternoon when the work finish, he take him with him to home. So it's a very critical situation. I also talk with the owner, and they say, we don't want to keep these children, but if we don't take these children, they will go without food. So I was really depressed. I have received more than 100 international awards. My images has been published, almost all big newspapers like National Geographic, Time Magazine, Newsweek, everywhere. But I was not happy at all. I really wanted to do something for these people. So I was looking for an idea. I stopped taking photos a couple of months. So I came up with an idea, I will give them a small business. So I started finding these people again. After a few years later, I talked to them what kind of business they're able to do. I survey on the market and start a small business and give them as a gift. And then I monitor them and give them training so they can be successful in their business. So far, I have given 50 different business to 50 different families. Munna's family is one of those 50 families. You see Munna's hand, it looks like 70 years old man's hand. When I took his photo, he even could not talk. He was stopped. He lost his childhood. After several meetings with his parents, we came up with the idea that we will start cucumber business for his father. In Dhaka, we have more than 6,000 restaurants in Dhaka who need cucumber for making salad. So it's a definitely good business. In few months, Munna's father started earning more money, and he bring Munna out of that factory. And after few months later, Munna told me, hey Akash bhai, I also want to do something. I want to do business. So I set up a popcorn business for Munna. He was selling popcorn on bus stop and launch stop. And it changed Munna's life completely. You can see that difference. Munna looks totally different. He was smiling, he was playing with other children, he back to the normal life. And whatever he was earning, he was supporting with this earning his sister education. I took pictures. This is Shojib. He was working in rickshaw pot. He was working on aluminum cooking pot factory. And after talking to his mother, we give him women dress selling business. So in the beginning, I took her to the market where she can buy good materials with a cheaper price. Then she starts going door to door and selling women dress and have better earning. There's the only solution to stop child labor. You have to ensure that parents are earning more money. I started working on street children. More than 3.2 million children are living on street in Bangladesh and other big cities in Bangladesh. And most of them, they're addicted to drug or involved with illegal activities. And I really wanted to do something. I found these three children, they were fresh and they really wanted to change their life. So after several meetings with them, I make them understand who I am, what I want to do. I explain them, I want to give them business. Rather than living on the street, they should have dignity. And they start trusting me. So when I met them, they were all dirty. They even did not take shower for a long time. So I took them in a barber shop, cut their hair, cut their nail, give them a bath in a public wash bathroom, buy new dress for them, and give them popcorn business. So they are not living on the street anymore. They are living in an NGO shelter and selling popcorn. They have dignity rather than they are living on the street. I was looking other people that I take pictures many years back. It was not easy. It was very difficult. So I really wanted to help this woman, Shahira Begum, When I took her photo, it was impossible to find her. I went there again 3 years later, and I set up vegetable business for his son. So we also give him a rickshaw van, so he bring vegetables from wholesale market and sell in a local market. I gave business to Samsuddin Chacha. He was selling toys. It was very difficult for him to carrying toys on his shoulder and selling in the door to door. So we give him shoe business in a customized van. I also give business cow to Saleha Auntie. When I met her, she told me, if you give me a baby calf, I'll take care of the baby calf. And when the baby calf will able to give milk, we'll sell the milk and we will improve our life. They had no idea. In few days, I went there with cow and calf. Farooq lost his rickshaw while his rickshaw was stolen, and he was working in a dumping yard for earning money. And we gave a new rickshaw for him so he can earn more money. So it's all about the Rudro. Father had a stroke and he stopped working. So we gave Rudro cow and the calf. Then they can get milk and improve their life. Shanta was changed by his father. Shanta's father is a cobbler. For his work, he need to go far for work. And Shanta was mingling with his children, and she got used to drug. So we take Shanta to a hospital, give her treatment, and also give business to her family so they can improve their life. Kausar lost his hand because of road accident, and he was begging. And he saved his money for 2 years to buying a new dress for her daughter. And I took her picture when he was taking picture of her daughter in the park. And we gave vegetable business to him, so he does not need to beg anymore. I set up a photography school, First Light Institute of Photography in Bangladesh. Whatever I earned from this school, all the monies I expend for children education. These children, this first generation who are getting education, their parents never went to school. So now we start this school under the tree. Now we have better school and building a new premises for the children. This is a new school building. Whenever we are running out of time, whenever we get time, we distribute thousands of sandals among ISTI children, so they don't get thousands of new dresses to these ISTI boys. They are not able to buy new dresses. Toys among kids who are working in factories, they are not able to buy toys. Winter shawls for working women. New dresses for women who cannot able to buy new dresses for them. And I published my book, Survivor, a few years ago. And whatever I earned from the selling of this book, all the monies go for this charitable work. I just want to take 2 more seconds. I just want to share one quote that inspires me all the time. I am the only one, but still I'm the one. I cannot do everything, but still I can do something. Because I cannot do everything, I will not refuse to do something that I can do. Thank you, everyone. Love and light to all of you. Thank you.